Now today on the channel, we've got a really awesome video coming your way. I'm going to talk to you about the 5 things I wish I knew when I first started storm chasing, because there are some really good lessons in that. So let's just go for it. Here are 5 things I wish I would have known when I started storm chasing. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Rachel Sanner and I am so happy you're here. This is Tornado Titans, where weather is for everybody. And today I'm asking you to do 2 things before we get into the topic of our video. First off, subscribe to this channel. You know how to do that. The button's just right below me. And second off, there's a card popping up. Make sure you click on that and go subscribe to our newsletter. You're going to get updates about upcoming severe weather events, upcoming live streams, our videos here, all kinds of stuff, education, it's all there. Just go and subscribe. We would love to have you there. So the first rule on my list is very simple. I wish I would have known how to position safely around storms, like very safely. Like I can be safe no matter what because I'm in this position almost all the time. The rule is simple. Stay right and you're all right. The way to explain this, if the storm is moving northeast, you want to be to the right of that motion. Like if you're looking the same direction as the storm, you're looking northeast, you want to be on the right side of that. And I have this is probably translating to left, so just run with me on this. If you're to the left of that, all kinds of things, all kinds of bad things, tornadoes curving north towards you, hell cores, lots of lightning. It's all to the left of that storm motion. It is just... You need, like, I wish someone would have told me this. I wish somebody would have told me this early on in my chase career, because it would have saved a few really dumb mistakes. And it would have just opened up the floor to me to be able to look at storms and learn in a very, like, stress-free environment. The things you got to worry about to the right of storms. There's a couple of things. First off, storms blowing up in the inflow of a storm. You can get a sudden burst of rain, lightning, and hail. Happens all the time. Another thing, a tornado off the flanking line, a tornado on the anticyclonic side of the storm. These do happen. I almost got bit by one in 2015 in North Texas, so you have to watch for this. I mean, let's be certain. You have to watch for stuff like that. It's not completely safe. Storm chasing is never completely safe. But I wish I would have known this. I wish I would have had this kind of guidance, because that would have changed how I saw storms in the first few years I was out there. Now, something everybody does when they first start chasing is they chase every setup. No matter how good, no matter how bad, you chase everything. And I think that's important. It's very important when you start to see as many storms as you possibly can, because that helps you learn. You get to know storms, know what you like, know what you're looking for. Good things. But I wish I would have known when I first started that I need to look for setups that produce isolated supercells, because these are the setups that are going to produce the best structure, the best tornadoes, everything good about storm chasing. The epic days, the days we talk about 20 years later, are almost always isolated supercell days. I wish I would have known that this is what I'm looking for. Now granted, there are some really good setups that can produce awesome stuff, like a really structured shelf cloud. Those are awesome. You can get some amazing lightning, etc. Like every storm setup brings something. You can get something out of every single storm chase. But the storm chases that I try to target, like when I am looking for storms now, when I'm looking for setups to chase, I'm looking for isolated supercells, because that is where the magic happens. Now, sticking to the formula of forecasting and things I wish I would have known when I started. This one's, I think, a really simple rule. If a cold front is crashing, like I'm telling you, like moving southeast at 20 miles an hour, like you get oftentimes in the autumn, what's going to happen? You're going to get a lot of storms really fast, a line of storms. The shelf cloud may or may not be good, but these things are going to go linear almost instantaneously, and every one of these setups are the same. Like, here's one from this year on May 2nd. Yeah, May 2nd in Oklahoma. Check this out. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty okay, right? Every time there's a crashing cold front and there's this line of storms, you're going to get shelfy structure, maybe not, strongly forced, dark, grungy. It's just like it's not what I'm out there for. It's just not what I'm out there for. So I wish I would have known when I first started that if I see a crashing cold front, unless it's local, like if it's out your back door, go chase, do it. But if you're on a budget, if you have a limited amount of vacation days and you're looking at a setup and there's a crashing cold front and that's the target, save it. There's going to be better days. Those isolated supercells are going to be there, but not on a day with a crashing cold front. Now, the fourth thing on my list, and this is something that it seems obvious. I know, like you're looking at it from the outside, you're like, Rachel, this seems silly. Why was this ever a debate? But you can do both photos and video. It's very possible. It's allowed. You don't have to just be a photographer or a videographer. You can do both very effectively. It's very simple too. You just get a camera that's a hybrid camera. I have shown off my Panasonic G9. I use that camera for both photos and video. Every single setup. I'm making sure that before I start a time lapse, I snap a photo. I stop time lapses every 3 to 5 minutes, I snap another photo. I don't take a ton of photos, but I do both and I get great shots. Like, these are great shots right here. These are really fine photographic shots. And these are really fine videos, time lapses, etc. So you can do both, video and photo. If you want to do both, don't let boxes define you. You can do both. It is allowed. And I wish when I first started chasing, I would have known that, because I would have worked on both and not just like dedicated some years to photography and some years to video. I would have just done both. And yeah, just don't let that kind of thinking stop you. If you're thinking I got to choose one or the other, you can do both. Just choose it. I promise you, it's going to be okay. And so for my last thing, I wish I would have known when I first started storm chasing. This one is a little bit of tough love. Not every storm is going to be epic. You don't have to sell every storm as epic either. Like on social media, you don't have to say this is the greatest storm ever. If it's just like this, if it's like this little squall line in Oklahoma, it is pretty, it's awesome. As a storm weather enthusiast, like these are really cool to see to me firsthand. But you know, that the chases that feature this aren't the best chases. You also will sometimes have skies like this, blue skies. You're wondering, am I even going to get a storm? I'm here to tell you that you're like, if you want to make it, if you want to be a storm chaser for the long haul, you got to forget everything else that you're wanting to do. And if you're thinking about like, I want to be social media famous, I want to have a big YouTube channel, I want to have a lot of people following me, I want to make money, etc., none of that matters if you cannot learn to enjoy every single storm chase. And you have to enjoy them a lot, because storm chasing is hard. It's very mentally taxing. It's physically taxing. It is financially taxing. So if you want to make it in storm chasing, if you want to last years doing this amazing hobby, you have to learn that every storm, no matter what its form is really cool to you. And I think that's important. I think it's a very important thing that I wish I would have known from the outset, because I would have times where I'd let a lack of success, like I wouldn't get an amazing storm, I'd miss it or something, and I would be so mad. And that was really silly, because I would oftentimes be looking at a really cool storm. A great example of that, May 4th this year. I was looking at this amazing, unique HP storm developing on a warm front. I was sick. I was driving home. This storm happened to be between me and home. I did not see the tornadoes that day. Amazing tornadoes in western North Texas. But I saw a really cool storm. I went home pretty happy that day. You have to adopt that mentality. You're going to miss storms. You're going to miss tornadoes. You're also just going to have days that just aren't as exciting, but you have to learn to love the process. And that is going to take you a really long way. So hey, thanks so much for watching. I am so happy if you stuck through this, because I hope you learned something at this point. First off, if you did, and you liked what you saw, you liked this video, the subscribe button's coming up right now. Hit it, subscribe, and enable notifications. Do that thing. Second off, I'm about community crowdsourcing. Leave in the comments right now your thoughts. Like, what are some lessons that you wish you would have known when you first started chasing, or things that you hope to know? Because, hey, if you request something, you ask a question, we're gonna answer it. We're either gonna answer in text, we're gonna answer in video, we may do both. So please ask questions, leave a comment, do that thing. And hey, I just want to let you know, weather is for everybody. That includes you. And we will see you next time.